It's Monday morning. Let's get going. This morning's herbal tea is echinacea and raspberry leaf and hibiscus and raspberry leaf. I actually feel like I have a bit of a cold coming on in July in over 100-degree weather. Go figure. Good morning. Are you my kitty or my parrot? Good morning, Miss Cuddles. Hello. Yeah, what's you doing? Oh my goodness. Are you nice, baby? Oh goodness, yes. Alright, it's just after 6:30. Time to get going. These tomatoes are looking good. I need to get my jute out and get them tied up more and cut back these grapes. They are out of control. We did a big picking of blackberries, let's see, on Saturday. Look at this girl. Are you silly? Queen of all you survey. Binks has joined me. Yes, they're my helpers. So, I intended to... these pots are struggling from the heat so bad. So I moved them, and I'm going to put trays under them and just keep them watered. These guys are struggling too, but I've really been diligent on the water. We were able to pick quite a few strawberries yesterday, which was fun, and now there's a few more ready. I just save them in a baggie until I have enough to make a batch of jam. Okay. Gotta gather these purple spinach seeds. Hello, darling. How are you? How's the nice girl? Oh, you have some cheatgrass in you. That's not okay. Hold still. I'm trying to film you. You say hi? Yeah. I have carrots growing. I need to get in here and weed and see if there are any carrots that are ready. I replanted some beans here. They're bush beans, and there's some cucumbers that are finally showing up. It's been very difficult keeping this garden watered. I've definitely have some failures, and this is one of them. The chamomile. I know it's probably done as it is, but I cannot keep this bed watered. I bring gallons of water to it, and yeah. So I need to reposition sprinklers, obviously, and that is what I'll do. The Marionberry bush, we picked them 2 days ago, and yet we've got some more. I am making a little baggie full of those. And we have some dill right here. I love dill. This parsley has gone to seed at the top part, and yet the bottom part's okay. And here's the new parsley right beyond it. Okay, time to get weeding. Pot has been the most uncooperative pot. It gets lots of water, and the beans and the cucumbers are really struggling coming up. And Binks is sharpening her claws. This is why we can't have nice things. This bed is getting very full, and I really hope that soon we will have beans. I know a watch pot never boils, but I've got to keep an eye out for the beans. The Brussels sprouts look good. There they are. Hello down there. Finally got that cabbage harvested right here. These crazy, crazy leaves from this Romanesco broccoli. They're driving me crazy. Goodbye to you. And you. I don't care what happens to this plant at this point. It is just shading everything here. Pick up the leaves and things from the cabbage. And I have a spot here to put something else. Here is the happy spreading sweet potato. Go, go, go. Crazy cantaloupe and cucumbers on this side. Waiting for some green beans. Look at the size of that leaf from the Romanesco broccoli. Maybe it'll help me keep cool today. Tying up the black creme tomato again. I'm tying up the cucumbers that are finally taken off on this north hoop. It's not quite 7 and it is getting hotter, and it's usually quite dry here, but it feels quite muggy to me. I'm sure nothing like back east. I did it. I became complacent in the battle of good versus evil, or the cats versus me. You see all this beautiful new soil? Well, they've already come a-calling. So, I'm going to get my lovely cat scat mats and put them down to keep the cats out. It's become a personal vendetta now. How to keep the cats out. If it takes doing this, then so be it. It's on. Make sure you store your scat cat mats, if you get them, flat, or they're going to do this. I'm going to work on this bed today. This was formerly the garlic bed. These plants have had a chance to settle in and start to make a root system. So I'm going to weed, the bindweed again, and fertilize them. My husband just got me some more fertilizer, bone meal, blood meal, and organic fertilizer, all-purpose fertilizer. So it's time to work on this garden in here for a while, and although I've got to get out there and make sure the tomatoes and everything are being watered too. Not enough time in a day. Okay, scat cat mats in place. Didn't quite have enough, but hopefully this will slow them down. The little deers. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Here we pet them and feed them and spoil them, and this is what they do. Sabotage my garden beds. Time to fertilize. I've made up a concoction of Vigoro organic plant food, tomato and vegetable, blood meal, bone meal, and the dehydrated ground up banana peel. Now this bag here would probably just do it fine. I'm sure it's pretty balanced and well formulated. But I'm throwing these other things in just for giggles and see how it does. That way I don't use too much of this and have to pay for it. And hopefully I'm hitting all the areas of what the plants need. When plants get this large, they don't need so much nitrogen anymore. Nitrogen is to help them green up and get strong. Phosphorus and potassium help in root development and then the fruit development, root and fruit. So with this set up here, because they're young, they would need more nitrogen, but they also need that phosphorus to help develop the roots, and then later on the potassium to develop the fruits. So I'm just going to put on, this is pretty much an all-purpose concoction right here. It has the organic tomato and vegetable fertilizer, blood meal, bone meal, and then the ground up banana peel. So we should be hitting it all. I just take some of the mix and side dress it, and then I'm going to water these plants very well. It's not very attractive, the cat scat mat, but it's very effective. Let's get these peppers and cucumbers fertilized over here on this side. It's getting so full and bushy and busy in here. I'm going to have to try to stick it right back in there. Oh, and the cantaloupe is taking over this pepper. Time to tie it up. It's only 8:23 now, but man, is it hot and muggy. Ugh, this is going to be a struggle today, I can tell. I'm trying to tie things up, fertilize. I'm resetting the little skinny bed where the chamomile was because, yeah, it's done. Trying to keep the pots alive. Hubby's mowing in the background. It's work fast in the morning. Work, 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 work. That's a nice carrot. I pulled the chamomile out and fertilized it, and I'm going to water this bed like crazy because I just can't seem to get a sprinkler on it. I'm running out of hoses. Don't want to spend too much money this late in the season. You have to pick your battles, and I have to order some more chamomile seeds, of course. These two pots look so horrible that I am going to take out the bachelor buttons and probably take out some of the alyssum. I'm going to try to trim down some of these and see if I can get them to come back. If not, out they go. It's hard for me to nurse along plants that are not thrifty and doing well, because I could use that space for something else. So, getting out all the weeds, I'm going to fertilize it, fluff it up, water the dickens out of it, and then I'm going to plant something else in it. This pot looks so much better. It has flowers in it. It looks like stock calendula. And here is a verbena. A lot of people like them so far. I'm thinking, okay, what's the fuss about? But that's okay. And then I'm going to pull everything out of this one. I tried to go sweet peas in it. The beautiful English sweet peas, but didn't happen for me. So we'll find something flower or vegetable to put in here. I've got the soil fluffed up, weeds and roots out. I have fertilized it and watered it, and now I have to get it planted. It's 9 o'clock and getting hotter by the minute. How do you like my gardener's manicure? This is life and I love it. This is what they talk about when they say I gotta go out and get my hands in the dirt. You're looking at it. As I discussed in an earlier video, the farther the season progresses, the more frantic I get about putting seeds back in the ground. So I have been crazy and thrown a bunch of seeds. Basil, radishes, carrots in here. Isn't that a beautiful carrot? I'm even going to use the little ones. I'm going to scrub them off and put them in my juicer and drink that juice. So right now I am thinning carrots, and I think that's just beautiful. That is a scarlet Nantes, or Nantes, or however you want to pronounce it. That's a scarlet Nance. So I've planted them very thick in here. If they're too little, I don't know, maybe I can still scrub that one. I hate to waste them. So they either need to go to the chickens, or I'm going to scrub them up and use them as juice. That's not bad. Give them all more room to grow and to get bigger. These two are too tiny. Make a little pile of them to compost. That's a long one. I'm going to use every one of these. Oh, take a look at this. This one's been in here a while. Gold. Look at that beauty. The roosters are greeting you. I wish they'd greet somebody else at somebody else's house. That's not a bad one. It's kind of wonky. I like to get down there with my fingers and fill the tops right at the surface of the dirt. And then you can tell if they're big enough to harvest. This is the biggest one I found so far today. This is getting too old, so it's growing all these side shoots. And could possibly be getting a little woody, so check around your carrots around the tops and just fill down in the dirt. No, that's a little twin one. I don't think it's going to get much bigger, even if I would have left it. So it's important to know. I just remembered that I planted some cilantro there, so that will be nice. We'll see how it does in this heat. I might have to wait until September or late August to be able to try to regrow some of these spring plants. Aw, look at this one. They love each other. Not a bad harvest for the morning. Give us a few carrots for dinner and some for juicing. I have a big space here, but it's already been planted. And me with my panic over time slipping away this summer, I always keep a package of carrots with me. And I have put yellow carrots in here and orange carrots. But I think I'm going to throw a few more in. These are Imperator carrots. These are lovely carrots. And I think some of these that I got today with the same shape were Imperators. So I highly recommend them. My daughter got these planters replanted with some of the flowers that she's been growing since early spring. So that will be interesting to see how they do. I think there's some calendula, some alyssum, some celosia, and penstemon. So we'll see how that looks later. Right now it's looking a lot better. I have a terrible sugar ant bloom in this pot. I've read about a few things, but you also have to remember that you don't want to hurt your plants. One of the suggestions was vinegar. I won't use that with plants. Powdered sugar and baking soda was another suggestion. So was cinnamon. So I'm going to go look for some of these things and see what I can do to them. I'm going to use a little baking soda, not too much because I don't want to change the pH of the soil. Don't know if this will help at all. Helps you see them better. I'm going to leave this pot alone for a day or so. Let's see if this has helped at all before I replant it. might have to put some more soil, and I'll definitely put some fertilizer in here. Take this back to your nest, you scurvy rats. Look, our first zucchini. Oh, it's beautiful. Amazing. More zucchini. Woohoo! I forgot to sign off earlier. My daughter and I went in to make some lunch. We had some corn, homemade hamburgers, and I made homemade fries, and it was a good lunch. And then we got distracted by restocking the farm stand, so I forgot to sign off. It's 96 degrees. I'm standing in the shade and it's pretty uncomfortable. But I hope you have a great day. Try to work outside when it's early. Get up early. Work outside early. Get a lot done. Enjoy yourself and take your time out in your garden, outside, to enjoy yourself. And I hope you do this joyfully. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.